Hi everybody, my name is Jason. I'm a registered nurse here in Indiana. I've been in healthcare for nearly 25 years. It's hard to believe, but I haven't regretted any of it. I'm making this post because I think that there's still a couple messages that people need to hear. The first thing I want to talk about is the economy and reopening. I've asked a lot of people and I get mostly the same answers. It's too soon. I have to admit to you that I too feel like it's too soon. I'm afraid that healthcare workers don't have all the personal protective equipment that they need. I'm afraid that there's still a lot of sick people. There's still a lot of people in the ICU. And, the good news is that we have flattened the curve. We've done actually a really good job. Could have we done better? Of course we could have. We could have done it a little sooner. And we could have probably taken it more seriously. And I still see people not taking it very seriously. But guess what? Overall, we've done a good job, and people are coming off of the ventilators, and they're getting the health care that they need because we flattened the curve. So moving forward, if the government decides to open up the government, to open businesses up, be mindful. Practice what we've learned. Continue to be socially distant. Wash your hands. When you can't wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. You have to realize there are people who haven't had an income in 4 weeks, not made a dollar. How are they supposed to feed their family? How are they supposed to buy their medications? How are they supposed to keep their cell phones on to keep in touch with the world, or their news stations, or electricity? How are these things supposed to happen? I can't imagine being in that position. And I'll tell you that when I said I was afraid, I meant it. I mean it. And I also know that fear is nothing that should keep you from moving forward. Fear is no reason to not move forward. When you move forward, you have to do it with logic and with reasoning and, with some decisiveness. You have to make some decisions. Luckily, that's above my pay grade. So, the second thing I want to mention is, people comparing this to the flu. If you think it's like the flu, you are sadly mistaken. It's like comparing a bicycle to a semi. They're totally different. They're both means of transportation, of course. These are both viruses, but they do totally different things. HIV that causes AIDS, that's a virus. Hepatitis is a virus. They're all different. And this COVID-19 doesn't have the same death rates as influenza. Do you really think the world was shut down? Do you think doctors and nurses and respiratory therapists would wear gowns, gloves, and masks for 16 hours on end if it was influenza? Do you think the world would have shut down? You need to rethink how you're thinking. If you believe doctors and nurses are liars and you get sick, don't go to them. If you believe that they can't be trusted, don't go to them. It's just that simple. You can't trust part of what someone says and not all of it. Either they're truthful or they're not. I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope it doesn't offend anyone. Just giving you my thoughts. Have a good night.